Oh no! What happened to my motor?
Dang. God dang.
Hey there, YouTubies! Man, this week we get some work done on the Jap-Rod, and my brother comes over and we do some TA stuff. We start with this, we get the hood on it and some shiny bits. So you're gonna have to stay tuned and check this out. Man, it's been a whole week and I've been waiting and waiting, just like you guys, to see if this thing's still holding air all week. And well, at least I got to come check on it over the week. You guys haven't. We still have air in the front and not so much in the back. Let's come on into the inside. But first, I know I said last week we were at like 150. Well, I obviously didn't read the gauge right. We were only at like 130 PSI. So, that was in the last video anyway. I don't remember exactly where we left off, but we're down to 100 and a little over 10. We'll just call it 110 pounds in the front. And I believe we were at 130 when we left it. So, only losing 20 pounds, not bad. The front, I mean the rears, yeah, we'll call them empty. You know? So, the good news is I can live with the fronts. I can live with that. I'm not gonna be mad at that, alright? So I don't have to take the front apart yet. But the rear, I would like to get them tightened up a little bit more or something. But the good news is those are the easier ones to get to, so no problem. Now I also did some more work because I got lucky and had yesterday off. But man, I'll tell you, I spent my whole head in this wiring. What am I doing? Not exactly sure. That's a lie. So this stuff, this is all like my headlights and my horn and stuff I want to keep and use with the Honda stuff. This stuff is all the I don't knows, I probably won't need stuff. This is like the whole ABS brake system thingamajig. We don't have that. It's out of there. We don't need that anymore. We do have two little washer pumps because we got front and rear squirters. I'm definitely not running the back because I'd like to just delete the whole wiper anyway. I don't use them. I think rear wipers are pointless. Anyway, so we got to figure out which one's the front one, and we'll keep the front one because we'll probably need squirters. And then all of these are just all the grounds, and some of these do have grounds. I tried labeling some stuff. I think this is airbag. That's why I got a question mark, because I'm not entirely sure. But there's, look, see, these are grounds. I'd like to think I'd remember them just because of what color they are, but you know, I might get confused later. So I clipped them and I marked them. My dummy didn't do it on this end, so that's going to be more confusing, but you know, it's fine. Oh look, I did mark them just over here. Grounds. Black ones. Sure. No big deal. This side was definitely the harder side than this side, because pretty much I didn't have to take as much apart because I'm pretty certain I don't need any of this stuff. This is all like AC stuff and speed sensor, maybe speedo, I don't know. Not entirely sure. I might need some of it, so that's kind of why it's over here. This is pretty certain that was airbags. Not completely, but you know. So that's really not that important. It'll just get cut off or pulled out or just coiled up, set off to the side. Here's all the other goodies that we're gonna need. Little light bulbs, you know, because we're gonna need turn signals, headlights and stuff. And let me tell you, I found some sweet headlights on Amazon, and they're on the way. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make brackets to mount them and stuff, but I think they're gonna be perfect for the Jap-Rod. I also did some other thinking yesterday. Some fender, some slicing and dicing. Where am I gonna put them? I'm not sure. You know, this top one, I was like, man, we'll just straight off to the corner. And when I stepped back and looked at it, I said, it's not right. I don't like it. So then I said, we got to bring it shorter in. So I brought her down to this corner and then a little in, and I said, man, that looks a little better. So I kind of dig that. So I think I'm going to make that slice and dice right there, and then I'm going to make the other side match. I also want to chop some of this down. I'm probably going to have to make a new fender mount, but I also want this to kind of curve in some. Not like a lot, but I want it to come in some. So that's just the update and the small progress that I made over all day yesterday. Yeah, because electrical takes some time. But that's not what we're here to talk about. Work on this weekend. I got the call, my brother wants to do some TA stuff. Man, we got some goodies. I've been stocking up. We got some clamps for the exhaust. Probably not what we're gonna work on. We got some bracketry for the alternator and power steering pump, because that sucker is way too high and we can't get the hood on. And then we also got, whoo, I don't think I'm supposed to show it yet, but we got an intake. Man, and is she shiny. So delete the old one. Yep, so we got some electrical to take off. We got some fuel stuff to take off. Man, we got some work to do to get where we want it. Didn't take long at all. I'm already ready to take this intake off, and Cody's still not even here. The electrical out the way, bolts unbolted, vacuum stuff, water stuff. So the fuel. Oh. Winner, winner. Guess what I'm having for dinner? I just set that there. Oh no! What happened in my motor? We got some cleaning to do. And don't worry, I spilt some fuel, so if you see the moisture, that's because I made a mess of the fuel. Also down the side of his fender, he's probably gonna get a little upset about that, but good thing it's rusty. So we'll just get the vacuum out, vacuum all this crap out of here, wipe her down. Heck yeah. Dang, somebody really gooped those knock sensors in there. Woohoo-wee! I was just thinking, like, this wiring harness lays on top of that factory intake, and that ain't gonna do for me with this beautiful shiny one in here. So I'm gonna have to freaking reroute that somehow and make it still look good. But you know, before we do any of that cleaning up and doing stuff right, we just gotta put it on there, see what it looks like. And wow, man, does that look good. It's an instant upgrade. You open the hood of this puppy and you're like, God dang. God dang. Man, I'm gonna leave it there till Cody shows up so he can have that God damn feeling too. I'm excited for him. I'll tell you what, he doesn't even know. I'm gonna get to rip this thing first. Poor Code, man. Woo! Man, Cody showed up. I forgot to get his reaction on camera like a dummy. And then we just started talking bullshit. And we cleaned the whole top of this thing. She was about as dark as this. She's dark. Look at, man, she cleaned up real good. We ruined 3 rags, 4 maybe, 2 cans of brake clean. Looks good though. So next thing we need to do is get our gaskets on our intake and put that sucker back down and start working other stuff. We got our best helper. He knows right what we're supposed to be doing. Checking the fluids. Right, big man? You goofball. All right. One little problem we got here is these ports. We don't need all of them. We do need one for our brake booster so it gets some vacuum and we can have good brakes. But for now we're just gonna, we're putting this on for looks kind of mostly today. Well, we don't have a throttle body, so it's not like we're gonna be able to fire it up, you know. So we're just gonna put our gaskets in. We're gonna put them on just hand tight. Be good for now. Get some pictures, make us feel good, and we'll probably attack this alternator next and probably try and put this hood on it because I'm itching to see it with a hood. So that's kind of why we're doing things wrong. It's just so we can see things. Hope you guys are on the same page. Gaskets are in. They're a little scary. They don't feel like they're gonna stay in, but they're holding, so nothing to it but to try it. What'd you say, big dude? Some wire? That what you're doing? All right. You hold this? Point it right there. Oh, hold it right there. Don't move it. Don't move it. Oh, I can't see that side.
Looks fine over here. One started to fall, but I had poked it back up.
Okay.
That looked fine.
Feels rubberish all the way around, so thanks, big dude. That was your cameraman for the last few seconds. Give him thumbs up in the comments. So you did good. Anyway, man, more fingerprints. We'll wipe those off, but doesn't that look so more gooder?
Some more.
Yeah, I purposely said that wrong. Yeah, it looks better. I'm digging it. I'm sure this guy over here is digging it more than I am. All right, spin it all the way down. You need a better stand spot? You put your feet down there. Spin this one in. Spin it all the way down, this way. Keep going. Keep going. It's a good job helping Uncle Cody. Did you get all the way? Till it gets tight. Till it doesn't want to move anymore. Good job, buddy. Good job. Alright, I get the back one.
Thank you for your help, big guy.
Dad just hand tightening them because we're not gonna run the truck or the engine. And it's gonna come back off because we got leaks underneath. See that? Double check them because Dad's a weirdo like that. Look, see? That's why you check them. The intake's on there, and man, instantly ran into a problem. These fuel rails, if we get them to sit where we want them, our injectors are a little too short. So there's a couple things we could do here. We can order new injectors for an LS1, or they have little adapters that'll go in there, and then these go in there. And the adapters are way cheaper than injectors. These injectors are like 80 to 100 bucks a piece. So the little adapters are 15 bucks for all 8 of them. So we're just gonna do that. So we started moving on to our alternator bracket. Took the belt off, took the alternator off, and instantly realized we don't have a pulley puller to get the power steering pulley off. So Cody went to go grab one. And I'm just dilly farting around doing this and that. And I figured here's a good time for explanation because, man, all I've been doing and talking and BSing with Cody and not doing much filming today. So, yeah. Anyway, where we are moving along, it's just a lot slower than normal. All right, Cody brought us a pulley puller. Man, that was on there. And even worse, we discovered she ain't no good. So yeah, we're gonna have to get a new one of those too, but that's fine. It's fine. We're down to the last bolt on this bracket. We've even got our electrical taken off of it, so once this bolt's out, it should come out. It's high hopes and dreams. No, she's still solid somewhere. Did I miss a bolt? No way, I sure did. All the way at the bottom. I didn't see it. Bracket, power steering pump deleted. We had a little plug-a-rooney. I put a little label on it because I know by the time we get a power steering pump back in it, I won't remember it. So I need a reminder is what I mean. And golly, do you see the gunk that shit was building up? Here, let me get you up in there. Close. Look at that. It is gross. So I guess we're gonna take some screwdrivers and some brake clean that up a little bit. And then we'll get to our bracketry. Camera, I know.
Your holder.
Oh, they just loosen. Oh dang, you see that? That was like ½ inch thick, dude. I'm glad we searched for this time one. Dang. Dang. She thick. Holy cow. Hey, there's a bolt right there. Did you know there's a bolt right there? You do now. Got it nice and cleaned up. Man, look at the difference. Holy cow, that power steering pump was a leaker. She was a dead, we'll say. We got a new bracket. Can't put this one on because this is the face. We gotta start with the other one over yonder way. And we gotta figure out which bolts we need, but luckily they got a nice little, you know, saying which ones we need. So, and some spacers. And then we're gonna mount this bracket without the power steering pump just for now. And when we get the power steering pump, we'll sneak it up in there and do our thing. Chicken wing. Mocking this sucker in, just seeing how we're looking, man. And I just had to look. This is pretty close to where the hood's gonna be, that little bar. And man, are you talking about no clearance, man. Woo, she's gonna be tight in here. Tight. Hopefully the hood clears. We might have to cut out a support bracket, hopefully not so. But man, does it look so cool. Also, well, let's get this out of our way. We're trying to keep the handprints off of it, but with all these shiny goodies in here, it looks awesome. There we go. Holy cow.
Got that side?
We got a flipper. Lift that up to me. Oh yeah. Oh man, it's already cool. Too far. Come back now. Right there somewhere. It fits, brother. Oh, dude, we got like an inch of clearance more. Even the fan's gonna clear. No fucking way. That does look cool. Woo! I gotta step back and look, brother. Why does this motherfucker take all my trash out? Oh. TA, baby. Oh man, this hood looks so good on this thing. The difference in color from fenders to hood with the faded bird, man, I love it. I would rock this as is all day. Well, with the shaker, we gotta have the shaker, of course. I'm gonna have to hunt one down. One thing I do want to do is I want to make the shaker actually function and suck air for the engine. Woo! Man. Look at that. New day in the garage. The TA looks wonderful. Cody's not here, so we kind of got halted on that thing. Everything else we needed to do, we ran into an issue. Cody had a steering column, and this car's got floor shifter, not column shift. He got the column shift, so he's gonna swap them out. And then the gas tank fittings, we needed to recorrect because they were the wrong barbed side. So, man, we just hung out, called it a day. And I came out here this morning and thinking about the Jap-Rod. We got to get these body mounts done. I ordered, this is a 5-inch thick, wide, by 1/4 inch thick. She thick, by 12 inches. Let me show you the plan. So this is obviously where we're gonna drill a hole. It's where the bolt is gonna go through the plate, the body, to our body mount, hold, ooh, excuse me, the body to the frame. And I've been tinkering on the passenger side. And I'm telling you, it's a little bit of a whooping getting 1/4 inch thick steel to melt and weld to probably 22 gauge or less sheet metal. I'm figuring it out though, because golly, look at these. They're not too shabby. We got some holes here and there. Whoa, there's a big hole, but let's not talk about that one. The side's not so pretty, but it's pretty solid. If you hear that, you can hear it in the body. Yeah, she's pretty solid. I got some up here and some up there. Let me tell you, this side was the hardest to get to. Woo, the hardest. Had to set up this little mirror up here and kind of let it perch. And every time I'd start welding, I'd bump that sucker and it'd fall down, and then I'd be welding blind. Yep, so those are terrible welds back there, but they are holding. Yeah, got our bolt. Gonna go right through everything and bolt on the bottom with a nut with our washer. Bam. So this side you can call almost done. But let me show you what we had to do to get there, because the driver's side needs to be done, and it's gonna be just as not fun. So about the worst part of this whole task is chipping off this sound deadening. Yep, it's not great. So we're gonna set this thing, you know, roughly close-ish to where it goes. Try and make sure it's straight. Looks good. Sure. Then we're gonna Sharpie around it. That doesn't gotta be perfect. Then I'm gonna take my blade here and I'm gonna go right outside that line so we got room to weld. And I'm gonna slice and dice all the way around. I'm gonna do that a couple times. Slice and dice here. Oh, I probably ought to give myself some more room back here. Okay. I'm gonna take this hammer, this flathead, and this 5-in-1 scraper, whatever you want to call it, and I'm gonna chip away. You know, smash, smash, bang. Yep, it's not that interesting. So I'm gonna put this on time lapse and do that and drill this hole. I'm not gonna lie, this side gave me a whooping. I don't know how the other side went so smooth. I don't know. This side I kept blowing holes right through that tin, man. The thin stuff, the sheet metal, the floor. Whew. Several times. So we got some boogers, and I mean some boogers. Boogers everywhere. We got, there was a hole. Man, I'll tell you what. Golly. Anywho, this side I couldn't even weld at all. So I had to bring us in a new piece of sheet metal to be able to get us attached to the side. It's good enough for who it's for. I was kind of thinking about shoving some JB Weld in this Jap-Rod and along this backside, because this backside, I'll tell you what, I can't see, man. And look at that, blew a hole in it right there, man. Yeah, these ones are bad. So I said, we'll just leave that. Fine, Now our bolt, it's perfect. Now we can actually tighten it down. JB weld that possibly, put our carpet over, put our seats on. Man, is that exciting? The seats going in will be like a big step, because then that means you could like drive it. And I'd like to drive it. So it's been several days, man, and I ran and got some JB weld to come back and JB weld some of that steel stick stuff for the gaps. This stuff, well, because it had good information on the back. It said sets up in 3 to 5 minutes, and after 60 minutes can be drilled, tapped, machined, ground, and painted. Man, and it's rated for 4,000 PSI of stuff and high temperatures. So I said, man, that's gonna work. Mix it up, put it in the gap, let it dry, and we'll spray paint over it. But as I was at the parts store, I got a call from a neighbor saying, man, I got a dirt bike, a little man dirt bike. I'm tired of messing with it, you can have it. I said, what? No way. I said, sure. I can't say no, right? So I go to pick the bike up, and then he's like, man, I got some more. I got parts for the dirt bikes. So I came back to get the dirt bikes, and he's like, dude, I got 3 little man 4-wheelers you can have. So this is what we started with. Is it perfect? No. But that's perfect for me. Then there's 2 little parts bikes over here, man, and then look at the 3 4-wheelers this guy set us up with. Man, they're not perfect at all. So I got distracted pulling those back and forth, and well, right after that I got a migraine, and then the next day I woke up with a fever, and I ran that fever for like 4 damn days. It's terrible. So I gotta wrap this video up here. I hope you guys stay tuned for next week's video, because we're moving forward is what I'm saying. Things are gonna go good. We're gonna be driving this soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, check out another video, and stay tuned for next week. Thank you. Laters.